The hunt for my perfect black pants continues. If you haven't seen my previous video that I did, I previously tried on pants, I think from like Zara, Nordstrom, Hollister, but essentially at the end of that video, I returned every single one of them. So that's why I said the hunt continues, because I'm gonna keep it going. By the time of this video, you have probably seen that this is going to be exclusively ARITZIA pants. I also had, I think a viewer, what was it? I think they recommended me try the Everlane pants, and I gotta say, they're still on my radar. I still do want to buy them, and I still want to try them out, see if they work for me. But it's a little hard because they're like kind of online only. Well, they're not really. They just don't have a nearby store next to me, so I still haven't picked it up. They're quite a little bit on the expensive side, so that's why I was a little bit apprehensive about buying those. But you know, I still do want to try those out though. For this video, I'm just going to focus on some of the ARITZIA pants. If you haven't seen the previous video, I'll give you a recap. Like I said, I returned all of them, but my criteria for my perfect pair of black wide leg pants, and they are wide leg. I don't think I mentioned that, but they are wide leg pants. The first one is that they have to be wrinkle resistant. I guess I like to, you know, obviously when I put the pants in my wardrobe, I fold them up, so I don't want to like put them on in the morning and have them have like fold creases, or if I bring them on travel, I don't want them to also have creases. I'm really looking for a fabric that is like wrinkle resistant. The next one is that they have to be the perfect length. So I am kind of on the cusp between like a petite and then a normal, but I have had quite a difficulty trying to find the perfect length. I think a lot of times to err on the side of making it suitable for most people, a lot of retailers usually tend to make their pants long, hoping that maybe their, you know, customers will actually tailor them to be the correct length, because you can always cut off, you can't add. But that makes it tricky because I'm not somebody who really wants to tailor any of their stuff. I'm already paying for the pants. I don't want to have to put in extra work to get the pants to be the perfect length. So that's a little bit tricky, especially if you're trying to find like quality pants that you really like. But I was determined. I know they're out there. So yes, they have to be the perfect length, where when I wear like flat shoes, they just ever so slightly like come up really close to the floor, where it's not fully like draping on the floor and, you know, picking up all the stuff on the floor, but I want it to be like just precisely like slightly above the floor when I stand in flat shoes. The third one is that they have to be washable. Similar to the first one where they have to be wrinkle resistant, I would also like them to be washable because I am quite lazy. I don't want to steam it. I don't want to have to dry clean it in order to get it clean. So I just want to chuck it in the laundry, you know, have it go in the laundry, and then I could just take it out, wear it. Fourth one is that they have to have belt loops. So I think I previously did a video, right, where I talked about a recent like Hermes belt that I wore, or that I bought, and I'm just really looking to buy black pants where I can wear that belt with. So I want it to have belt loops, just because it can have a belt. I like it that it has the option. And then the fifth and sixth one, the fifth one is that they have the traditional like back pocket. I think they're called welt pockets, where they're just kind of like a line at the back, just two lines, and then they have accessible pockets. So I've seen some that have like one pocket for some reason, and I've seen some that have like odd, like not quite like welt looking pockets. They're like a little bit different, but I think the true classic like black wide leg pants has just welt pockets there. And then the sixth one, like I said, it's similar to 5, but it's just functional pockets in general. I just don't have time for, I just don't like pants that don't have actual functional pockets, because I do actually use pockets to keep like little things here and there. So functional pockets is a must, and I really want like the 4 pockets, so 2 in the front, 2 in the back. And so those are all my criteria for my perfect black wide leg pants. Now, finally, with that introduction set and that expectation set, I will go into the ARITZIA pants. So I'm actually gonna break it down into like 2 different sections, I guess. So I'll talk about the similarities, and then I'll talk about the differences between all the pants. So similarities are gonna be pretty simple and quick. The first one is that they all do have functional pockets, which is good. All of them have the pockets that are really nice, the back welt pockets and then front pockets as well. So all of that is good. And additionally, all the pockets are lined. So that makes it actually really nice and easy. I like that I can stuff something in and then just take it out because it's lined and silky on the inside. I can take it out really easily. I don't like, if I put my hand in my pocket and then take my hand out, it's not like I'm pulling the whole pocket out. You know how sometimes that happens, that you could just actually take the entire pocket, like flip it inside out. So I don't like that, but these ones are really nice. They're slippy, they're lined, and they're really great. All of them are machine washable as well, so that is a huge plus. I actually made sure to only buy pants that like label itself as machine washable. That is now like something that I definitely look at. I know that they have like linen ones as well, which are super popular as well, but I don't like linen because first of all, it shows a lot of wrinkles. Second of all, I think, how do you wash it? I think you have to maybe like hand wash it or something like that. It's not like chuck in the washing machine kind of washing. So yeah, there's a little bit of upkeep to that. All right, so now we are gonna get into the differences between all of the pants. I bought a total of 4, and to be honest, I could show them up, but they all look the same. So yes, and I know if you have probably been looking at buying Everlane pants, they are really confusing because there's so many of them. They all literally say the Effortless pants, and it's like, how do you decipher which one is which? What is the difference between all of them? So I tried my best to describe the differences between all of them. I'll also link the, what is it called? The serial code number or something like that. The like SKU number, I think that's what they are. I'll try to link those as well, just so you can refer back to those. I'll try my best to title it the exact same thing with the proper SKU number as to not confuse anybody. For myself as a normal customer, like this was really hard for me because there were so many different options of Effortless pants, and I just was not sure what the difference was between all of them. So I did buy all of them, and yes, so I have some thoughts. I wrote down my differences between them, and let's get started. So the first one, they are called the Effortless Pant Refined. So I think the re is in like parentheses, and I'll also put the SKU number so you guys can refer back to those. So these I think are these are the Wilfred ones. So not all of them have like the label of them, which I also get confused about, like ARITZIA's in-house brands. These ones were the only ones that had the Wilfred tag on them, so maybe they're like slightly different. But yes, these ones I found were maybe a little bit too wrinkly. They showed a little bit more wrinkles than the rest of them. And I, you know, as a huge prerequisite of my perfect pair of wide leg pants, I do not want it to show wrinkles. I want it to just melt, basically melt and just drape very nicely without showing a stitch of wrinkles. It is a hard feat to do, but I think that pants can do it. However, on the flip side, these ones are actually the perfect length. These ones are actually shorter than the rest, which makes me think that, you know, these pants are slightly different from the usual Effortless pants because they're the only ones with the Wilfred name on it. They are shorter than the rest of them. All the other ones come up, I think, about the same length. These ones are a little bit shorter. I don't actually have to get them tailored at all. So these are the first pair of pants. Now, the second pair of pants, these are called the Effortless Pant. And yes, they're all called the Effortless Pant. That's why I had a lot of difficulty shopping for these pants. But these are also called the Effortless Pant, but they are the Re-Essential. And yeah, again, SKU number will be shown. These are a little bit thicker than the rest. I find that they are maybe suitable for like a wintry pant, which would be of the season. But yeah, so these ones slightly felt thicker than the rest of them, slightly felt a little bit heavier, a little bit more like you could feel the weight. So they did like have that fall, that drape. They were also lighter in color, but I don't know what happened in my mind. I totally thought that I bought like black pants in all of them. I did look back. I did accidentally get the like dark gray or something. So that's why they're lighter. So I'm pretty sure if you get the black, they would be traditional black. But something weird I found out about these pants were that the seams were kind of odd. Like the fold, where the like fold on the leg started and where the fold from the waist started. They didn't actually line up. I don't know if I'm able to get it correctly on camera, but they were kind of like, they were like this, but it was like kind of odd because they could literally just touch. I don't know, they were so close to like touching and making the fold go all the way down, which would have looked a lot better. But that was just something I noticed, that both of the legs, and that kind of irked me. I don't know, I was being very nitpicky because, to be honest, there's not a huge amount of differences between all the pants. So that is another thing to note, that even if you are getting maybe not the exact like Effortless pants, they are pretty similar, but I do think that there are some differences that should be noted. Last one is that these ones are a little bit longer. I did say all of them, you know, are similar in length. All of the other ones besides that first one is similar in length, but this one is ever so slightly longer, but to be honest, all of them are long. So we have the third one. These are called the Effortless Pant Crepette. I'll put it on the screen. This one is probably the most basic one. I think this is the normal one, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe they're like the basic ones, but this one, the fabric is really quite unique. It has this texture, this like very microfine texture. It's not like apparent when you stand back, but when you look at it very close up, you can see a little bit of texture. So that is what I think online they call it like a Japanese like material, but it's very slightly textured, and I think that's what makes it like wrinkle resistant, which is awesome. I love the fact that they are wrinkle resistant, conceals a lot of wrinkles just because it has that texture already in the pants. So huge thumbs up for those. But unfortunately, I don't actually, this is a spoiler, but I don't actually have them here anymore, but I probably should have just, you know, worn them throughout the entire day to see if there was any like long-term, like long, deep, like wrinkles in them, especially if you're sitting down at work for like hours or something, just to see the wear of them, if they are actually wrinkle resistant. I can say short-term that they don't wrinkle, like if I was to squeeze the pant in my hand and then release them, they wouldn't have wrinkles. But if I continuously did it for like a full hour without moving my hand like an inch, then I'm not sure. I can't speak to if there would be like a really like deep, you know, long wrinkle. So these ones also similarly, they are very long as well, and they are a little bit straighter of a leg than I would have liked. I think that's the usual one. The typical one is the straight leg. I think it's actually just a wide leg, but not like super wide. But that brings me to the very last fourth pair that I got. So these ones are, I'm pretty sure it's like the sister, you know, of the previous pant. So this is called the Effortless Pant Wider Crepette. And yes, so this one is the one I decided to keep. This one is my favorite. I have it here. This is the only one I have because I had to return the other ones because I didn't realize ARITZIA's return policy is actually quite stricter than usual. Usually you have like about a month, like 30 days to return. This one you only had like 14 days or something. This isn't actually the same one that I bought originally. Those were a little bit too long, so I ended up buying the shorter pair. So yes, there's a whole story behind that, but yes, these are the Effortless Pant Wider in Crepette. So I will hold it up so you can see. I don't think you can probably see it all, but they do have a slight like texture on them. So it's not like a smooth pant by any means. It does have a little bit of texture and feeling on the fingers. They are, as the name suggests, wider. So the ARITZIA like Effortless pants are already on the wide, like they would be categorized, I think, as like wide leg pants, but these ones are even wider. I actually thought that I wouldn't like them when I tried on the longer pair, because this is a short pair that I ended up exchanging it for. When I got the longer pair, those ones looked way too wide, but I tried them on again. For some reason, my like brain like shifted. I found that they were really nice. I think I had to, you know, slightly cuff them to show what they would actually look like if they were shorter. The original ones were a little bit too long, so I ended up getting this short pair, which were actually very hard to get because they were sold out online. I went in store and tried to buy them, but they didn't have the shorter length available. So the guy at the register said he could actually order it for me and exchange it because I actually got these on sale. Unfortunately, that order didn't go through because I think the stock ran out, and Eventually they did have like one left online. I decided to buy it even though I was actually gonna pay original pricing for them and not the sale price that I actually paid originally. The stock isn't always available, but I'm very happy I got these. I think that they might have been like the last pair. So these ones are probably the most different out of the rest of them because all of the other three are somewhat similar in their silhouette. These ones, as the name suggests, they are wider. And I gotta say, that is why I love those pants. The length at the bottom is like ever so slightly wider. I think that sometimes when people, when other retailers do it, where they provide a silhouette that's even wider, they aren't really aware too much of how it actually looks on a real body. They just think, oh, we'll just add a little bit more, fabric at the bottom and then just ship it out. That's a cheap way. But I feel like these ones, there was a human behind it because they know how it draped on the body. It looks so good. It's not too wide, but it's not too narrow. It's like perfect. It's perfectly wide. And why I say that is because these are the absolute most flattering pair of pants that I think, first of all, that I've tried in the black pants kind of tiering, but also I think they're probably my most flattering pants in general, like and of any pants that I've tried. There's something about this silhouette that is so nice. Like I said, I am kind of on the cusp between petite and regular, but they make your legs look so incredibly long and slim, and there's something beautiful about them. I really like them. They make your legs look really long and then your waist like really thin because that is the skinniest part of the pants. Whereas I felt like the straight leg ones, they were okay, but if I was to keep those, I felt like I would be settling. But these pants, once I put these specific ones on, the shorter ones, I knew these were the ones I would keep because the way that they look is just so nice. It is so nice. Something about them just does magic. So I gotta say, if you haven't tried out the wider, the wider width, the wider silhouette, I think that you should definitely try them out. At least if you don't actually buy it, maybe go into your closest ARITZIA store and try them on there. Especially because I think these straight leg ones, when they are like straight or wide leg, they also still like hug your hip a little bit. So something about them actually makes your hip the widest part. But these pants, it subtly, ever so slightly, it makes your, like the bottom of your leg look the widest part. So it kind of has this A silhouette instead of being like a straight down silhouette, if that makes sense. But the A is like very subtle. It like slightly like, it's like a very skinny A. So your waist is still the tiniest part, but then the bottom of your pants are like the widest part. Whereas the straight or the typically wide leg pants, they kind of still make your hips the widest part. I also do want to actually put in a ranking for the 4 different pants, if that is sort of any indication as to like if you're picking up pants, because I feel like maybe the wide leg pants is maybe a personal preference, but if you are looking for the classic kind of usual wide leg pants that are, kind of straight-ish wide, then maybe this would be of interest to you. So my personal one would be the wider crepette as my favorite. But for those of you who don't really want to go to the wide, like full wide, I would say ranking number 2 would be the one that is thicker. I think that one is called the Effortless Pants ssential. I do really like those ones. I do find that the thickness of them, for some reason, it feels a little bit more high quality than the other ones, but not saying also that the other ones are bad by any means, but something about the thickness of them also is very nice. And then in third would be the crepette. So that is probably, I think, the traditional regular one. It is basically the same one as the ones I decide to keep, except not the wider silhouette, but the kind of regular silhouette. So those ones also really good. And then the last one comes in is the Wilfred one. So those ones are called Refined, and those ones, I just don't think I like those ones as much. I think because they show a little bit more wrinkles, that is why I don't really like that one as much. But yes, so I would still say the top 3 ones are probably the ones that I think are still pretty good. The 4th one, the Wilfred ones, the first ones that I showed, those ones I'm not as excited about just because of the wrinkles. But yeah, so those are all the 4 ones ranked. I know that there are, I think, even more wide leg pants that ARITZIA offers. I just didn't get those, maybe because they were I think maybe because they were out of stock in my size. Also, I didn't get the linen ones. Any of them that were labeled as linen, I didn't pick up because I am just not a fan of linen. I know linen is like a sought after fabric because it's like a natural fabric. It's also very like breathy in the summertime, so it's very like lightweight and allows a lot of airflow in the summertime. But personally for me, I just don't like linen. Overall, I'm very happy with these pants. I'm very excited. I'm excited to take the tag off. I'm excited to put them in the wash, see how they come out, and I'm excited to wear them, try them on with different outfits, and especially my belt that I'm really excited. I bought that belt actually because I wanted to buy black pants that would look good with it. So it's kind of stupid to get like a couple $100 belt and, you know, not even have the thing that finishes it off with, which is the pants. So kind of stupid on my part, but I'm very happy that I got these finally. So I somewhat found my perfect pair of black wide leg pants. Now I say somewhat just because even though I thought my hunt would be done, I think I still do want to look at more black pants. I still think that these ones, while good, I do think the downside of them, because I didn't say a downside to the pants, is that they're expensive. Now, ARITZIA is a retailer that I think personally inflates their pricing heavily. I think that the cost of the actual, you know, item is far, far less than what they're selling it for. But it's just because I feel like in the US, at least not accessible like for everyday people, I feel like finding, you know, good quality pants is a little bit hard. So I'm not happy with the price. I would love if I was able to find like a cheaper alternative. So I think I'm still gonna go on the hunt a little bit, but I am very happy with this. For now, I think that these pants are perfect, but I'm still going to hunt for some more affordable ones that I can recommend, because these ones, I think I paid maybe about $150, which I honestly don't think that these, you know, I feel like in my mind, I have no basis for this, by the way. I feel like in my mind, the cost for these pants are actually like $30 to $50, but they obviously do have to, you know, mark up the pants. So I think that they marked up the price like 300%, if I must be honest. So, you know, not happy with that, but I am happy with the quality of them. So I'll say that at the end of the day, I am, you know, myself paying for these. I do really like the silhouette though as well. So I think maybe I would be willing to pay a little bit more for something that is this flattering on my figure. But yeah, so that's these pants. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this video brought a little bit of clarity in shopping for the Effortless pants at ARITZIA. I know that they have so many of them. It was hard for myself to decide, so I'm pretty sure it might be hard for you if you are looking at buying the Effortless pant. But I've seen that they have like a billion like options that you can select. So I hope this, you know, cleared things up ever so slightly. But yeah, I'm going to see you in another video. I'm going to try these on again. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was somewhat helpful, and I hope to see you in another one. Bye.